All right, well, hey there, YouTube. It's Dave Turner here, and I'm in my sunny daylight basement right now in my little studio, and I'm about to install a Tone Master preamp in my 2003 Schecter Stiletto Studio 5 FL fretless bass guitar. So I'll take you through the process. First steps here are just to get the cover plates off and get everything disassembled and the original preamp removed. So let's get started. All right, we're starting here with a Phillips screwdriver just to get these control plates off. When I got this bass, it was missing the control plate cover, so I grabbed some spare white ABS from my collection of ABS kit plastic, covered it with some aluminum foil on one side and spray rubber, black spray rubber on the other side. I forgot what it's called, but you know, the rubber that you spray. Almost as good as the original. For the control input jack, I'm using a 1/2-inch socket. Looks like I need to get some snips. I'm not in the Hobo Depot and I don't have Hootie, but I do have Mr. Imperial Gunner here to help out. Okay, so I'm going to take the knobs off, and then it looks like I can just take out the 3-band EQ circuit in one piece. It just had a plug-in connector for that. I think that's probably supplied by EMG. We'll see when we can look at the circuit board. And then I'll have to do a little bit of desoldering on the 2 volume pots just to get everything disconnected, the pickup wires disconnected from those. So let's take off the knobs. And for that, I'm using the Allen wrench that came with my Babix bridge. Just happens to be the right size. (7/16) wrench. Look at that. Okay, so yeah, it's an EMG preamp. Stands to reason, since they are EMG 5 or 50 hertz pickups. Now, the Tone Master preamp has just one battery, so, and I don't think I want to mess with unsoldering from the output jack and all the stuff that they included. So I'll probably just take out the 2 battery connections and just go with the single 9-volt. Wow, the amount of grime and goo that just fell out of this cavity as I unscrewed this stuff. I don't even know what this is. It's like brass mixed with dirt. Yuck. Okay, now I just need to desolder these 2 pots. So I'm going to get my soldering iron plugged in and we'll be right back. So I'm just gonna desolder these battery hookups first. Try to preserve those. There we go. Woo! Okay, I got warm. Let's undo these battery grounds here. And now all that's left are the pickup wires on the two pots. Woo! That's hot. And there we go. Oh, and we got the bridge wire. Okay. Forgot about the bridge wire. Okay, so there's our two volume pots. We can plug in our EQ. Okay, so we're left with the red wire and the green plus ground wire on the two pickups. The white and black are joined together to cancel out whatever that does, coil splitting or something like that. We've got our bridge ground, which we are retaining, and then our wires for the bridge pickup as well. So I'm going to stop the camera and read my instructions and see what our next steps are. Okay, so first hurdle, the input jack on the original harness is one of these smaller plastic ones. It's about 15 mil across. And the input jack that came with the PTE Tone Monster is 20. Now the hole in the base is about 20, but there was some junk in there. So I grabbed the old Dremel and did a little woodworking and just cleaned up the hole a little bit, got the casting whatever junk out of there, whatever you want to call it, and now it fits in. So there we go. That took about 15 minutes of gentle persuasion. Okay, well, I've got the input jack, output jack installed and fitted to the base, and that was fine once I got that hole just slightly enlarged. So the next step is for me to screw in the pickup wires into the blend pre-wired harness here, and then after that I need to solder the bridge ground wire to the back of the volume pot, and that should be about it. I've got some mounting tape here on the back of the preamp unit. The battery kind of free floats. I think I'll just, to avoid having to cut and solder battery wires, I'm just going to leave the battery in the main compartment for now. If I get ambitious in the future, I will maybe move the battery back to its proper compartment. For right now, I just am going to use this as a spare battery compartment and have an extra in there. Okay, so I seem to be having trouble operating the camera tonight, so more things happened off camera. I got everything wired. What I'm going to do before I go any further with the battery situation is I'm going to just mount this blend knob loosely and then get this preamp squeezed in there, put a battery on and just see if it makes some sounds. And then if it does, I will convert the battery wiring to go through the battery mount hole here into the battery cavity. But I want to mount this blend knob with the wiring away from the preamp so I have more room.
It was a little tight.
Oops. It was a little tight getting the two ground wires in the one hole, but I made it work. Turn this over. This is going to flop out. I must say that the wiring job from the factory was very tidy. Base, everything's at D10. So let's just plug in a cable and see what happens. Ooh, that's a tight switch. And power on, here we go. Okay, well, nothing's smoking yet or on fire. It's always a good sign. And, oh, I hear noises. It's encouraging. Let's move this battery. Let's just kind of wedge it in here. We're going to go. It definitely sounds like we got some sound coming out of this here base. Let's just go like this with this battery. It's going to hang right there. Yep. Oh, look at that. And I'm not getting shocked. Wow. Woo! She got some booty. Let's go ahead and throw some knobs on here. Look at that. Oh yeah. Oops, get on there. Yep, let's throw our blend knob on. Oh yeah. Okay, my stacking concentric knobs for the treble and bass stacked control are on their way from China. So it's going to be a couple weeks before I get this one. But let's see what the mid-range does here. Oh yeah. Cut. Boost. Put our knob on that one. And let's go with the first selection, which is
250.
All right, so here's 250. Here is 500. Here is 800. Let's go 250. Okay, well, I'm gonna do some cleanup on this and get those wires looking a little neater, and I'm gonna do that off camera. So, okay, so it's several hours later. Took a break for dinner and stuff like that. But the wiring job is complete and everything works. And I just want to say hats off to Tone Monster for another home run. That they really hit it out of the ballpark with this setup here. I didn't have any issues at all. This is my third Tone Monster product that I've installed, and on the previous two I had a little trouble, and I got an email answer from them within 5 minutes of my sending the question. Super great customer service at Tone Monster. And this time I didn't have any problems at all. So I'll move the camera here. You can see the installation. So one battery is wired, the other is just sitting there going along for the ride, so my spare. And then here is the control cavity. And you can see I've got the preamp mounted up in the corner, and I've got all the knobs mounted, and the wiring is, you know, pretty tidy. It's not too bad at all. And yeah, I've just got to put it back together. And I've got, like I said, I've got my concentric knob for the bass treble blend coming from China. So here is the shot of the bass. Oh, that's some beautiful camera work there. There it is. That's what I have right now with the knobs as they are. There's a toggle switch for the mids frequency, and then a missing knob for the bass and treble. Everything else is ready to go. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that installation. If you have any questions about the process or anything like that, just put a question there in the comments. And I got this SEB3-ABMT Preamp set up for under $100 in spring of 2021. So it's a great upgrade. It is super loud. I actually had to turn it down because it was just booming hot, way louder than the factory preamp was. And that's just with 9 volts. So I don't even think you need 18 volts. This thing has so much headroom. Anyway, all right, take care.